Hey up guys, what's going on and welcome back to the Atletico Madrid beta save where we played the remaining matches of the season. Only the Barcelona Champions League final remains in a couple of weeks. But I've just brought you back now very briefly because all the end of season stuff is happening right now. So I figured I'd show you all that just so you can get a better gist of it. We actually won the last two games 5-1 and I didn't realise it was exactly the same result until I started recording. But 3-0 against Leganés. Erling Haaland scored a penalty, I know. Alaves 5-1. They got one of their only two shots on target in. So that's something happened. Haaland scored twice, and then three times he scored 1, 2, 3 in the last three games, which is amusing to me at the very least. Once again, one of two shots on target for them. But in fairness, we scored 50% of our shots on target as well in both of those, so can't complain too much in that sense. So at the very least, it is proportional now. What this does mean, though, is still the top three players in La Liga were all ours, and we still came second. Suarez scored the most goals in La Liga by a full 7. That's probably mostly because Morata didn't play any games after January, pretty much. But he is the highest Spanish scoring goal scorer in La Liga. That's a weird reward, but alright, fair enough. Courtois thingy of the season with an average rating of 6.86, beating out players with ratings of 6.89, which is higher, and 7.01, which is even higher. So, logic. I'm guessing it comes down to the total conceded, which is 11. He made 30 appearances, so I think he must have been injured or rested some of the time there. Because obviously Areola played against us, so I guess that's part of that. And Zidane's manager of the year, with a win ratio of 86%. Levante, actually, in fairness, I agree with that one. They came fourth. They got Champions League football. I kind of agree with them. I'm third, though. And in terms of players in the season, Alba and Lamar, Felipe, Koke, Morata and Trippier all on the bench. Okay. So, despite getting the three best players in the league, only one of them makes the team of the season. What? Oh, Oblak's in goal. Sorry, he's got a white kit. It threw me off. Well, that's genuinely baffling. How does Lamar make it? Naturally on the left-hand side there, but Felix and Correa, who were second and third best players in La Liga on average rating, not make the team of the season. What is this nonsense? I think that was all the major stuff, actually, so unless there's anything worth noting, I will just bring you straight back for this final at this stage. So here we are, the grand occasion. Worth noting, we have played them 3 times and we have yet to lose. One of those was the Super Cup thingamajiggy, where we did draw it, but went through on penalties. So, at the very least, we know we can do that. I think Oblak scored the deciding penalty. I think he scored and then saved. I think that's what that was. So, it was one of those situations. Looks like Barcelona did draw their last match. I didn't actually really pay attention to what they did, because it didn't matter in the end. But we will have a look at the La Liga final table after this as well. We do get more substitutes, not that it really matters. Oh, that is annoying. I thought he'd be fully back for this. He's proper injured. Well, better put the goalie on. So here we go then. The lineup is as follows. Alba, Felipe, Jimenez, Trippier, Oblak, Partey and Sol in the middle. Koke should have been back by now. He had, I think it was about 9 to 12 day injury about 15 days before this match. So I thought he'd be back for this, but not quite, apparently. 75 minutes of action. We can bring him on, though, as an impact player. Should be alright on that front. Lamar, Felix, Correa on that front line with Haaland up the very front. I just bring him back to complete. And with 12 spots on the bench, we don't have 12 backup players. Does give an opportunity to a youth player who is not that good. Annoyingly, there is actually a semi-good youth player who would have been okay as an option, but he's on international duty. So, good job there. Wonderful. The most amusing thing is, I think I probably could have recalled Diego Costa at this point, and I haven't. So that was my bad. That could have given them this player to bring off the bench, but never mind. I couldn't have played him because he wouldn't be registered, but oh well. Here goes. I said do this for the fans. It's sort of the sensible thing to shout at them, I felt like, but didn't really get that much of a response. Turned around with some faith, and that's all wonderful. So I'm trying to work out how full strength their team is. I don't think there's any massive injuries. Griezmann is a smidge tired. Alba's been booked straight away. I'm not sure why we're seeing a high... I don't know. What, apparently, I think we put the ball in the net and it was offside, but I didn't see the actual build-up to that. Not sure what's happened there. But okay. Well, so far, it's not exactly been a scintillating final. Just a disallowed goal so far. Nobody's had a shot on target, apparently, which is great news for the fans. As Correa charges, and, well, I think it counts as a shot on target, but it's hit the post twice in the process. Oh, I mean, we're on top of this, but I'm going to assertively say, dig in, get the goal. That'll do us. Not the most wonderful half-time team talks, but Saul and Trippier connecting on that right-hand side. Why has that gone back to Oblak? That's going to get intercepted, obviously. Now, Messi, he's... I say Oblak's back far enough on his line for him not to try that. I was slightly worried we were going to have one of those situations. As Messi is now through, and we've just about bundled it over the line. As the first sort of chance we've seen for Barcelona there. Whipped in. Suarez is at the back post to give it back to Messi. I say back post, that would have been the near in that situation. Highlights over. Okay, they're taking Griezmann off already. I'm not quite sure why. He wasn't that tired. Does give us a chance to see out this a little bit further, I think, before we make any changes. They brought Diego Costa on. He's going to score, isn't he? 75 minutes gone. Still nothing's happened in this match, but at the very least we'll get the time back for the fact that this is likely to go to extra time the way things are going. Come on now. PK at the back. Sergio, can we just get the ball off them? That'll be wonderful. Pass? Yes, we can. Yes, apparently, yes, we can. That's exactly what we just know. Felix and Saul just do a completely irrelevant 1-2 there. Correa. Trippier's out wide. Space in the box for Haaland to miss. They've had shots on targets as we've last met as well. Both fullbacks have been booked, of course. I've not made any changes in this 86 minutes, so let's get some fresh legs on. I've also just added the penalty-taking column just so I can see who's not good at them. Well, 75 minutes of action, it said for Koke, so let's give him maximum 35 here. Haaland does have 15 penalty taking. Lamar has 14. I mean, the one to come off in that situation would be late on Morata for Correa. At this point, we're going to give Renan Lodi for Alba as well, because he's tired. I think we just do the two for now. There's some tired legs out there, but I can't take off people who are going to be taking penalties at this point. But Trippier's out wide, still out wide. Might get the... No. Just gonna give it to Dembele. That's fine. You do that as well. Saul's got it back, though. Thank you, Saul. I feel like I've unfairly been aggressive towards him during the season because his stats are nowhere near as good as his wages should be. Koke does have a shot, bounces back off to Stegen and goes out for a change. We're not doing the short corner. Never mind. Plenty of tussling in the box going on as that just goes to PK instead. Koke gathers. Probably just not going to see anything from this, but narrate nonetheless. It's a free kick. He's offside. Yep, completely pointless. It's 0-0. We should have won it by now. Aggressively say, show them that you're winners. They have brought on an all fresh front line, so I think we bring on Kluivert over Correa. I can't justify taking off Felix is the problem. Because that's not a massive step down should it come to penalties, and I am conscious of penalties. Trippier obviously comes off. I think what happens is, if penalties look like they're about to happen, we take off Trippier for Morata, like 2 seconds before the end of the game. The good news is, at the very least, we've actually replaced our fullbacks and they replaced their attacking line. So at least those two players going against each other are both fresh. At the very least. So that's sort of maybe working in our favour as Kluivert smashes over. As well. His turn. Can we please put the box... Just show some passion. Ansu Fati. Dembele now. Arthur's on the ball. That's out to Fati again. Can we get this off him? He's fresh. Trippier's not. Oh no! Oh god! I know. I haven't replaced Trippier yet, have I? Can we please do something here? If we lose this now, this is silly. Look at how many more shots we've had here. Kluivert has hoofed that up, but I don't think we're going to get anything out of this unless PK messes up here, which he doesn't. Now it's Testen's turn to keep this going. Roberto's turn to keep this going. It's gone backwards, but that's what he needed to do. As they have maintained possession and they've played Fati in because Trippier has decided to stop playing football. Thank God it wasn't a more composed finisher. This highlight continues though from that not amazing shot from Fati as Kluivert is now on the ball on this side down here. You can see this, can't we? Yes. Lamar. I am so nervous. Oh, he's so close. He's so close. Second half doesn't come with a team talk. Yeah, I know some of them are slightly exhausted here, but we need the penalty takers. Haaland, 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 Haaland! Haaland! Please not be offside. Please not be offside. No! 2 offside goals in the same match. He is not offside. He's on the bloody line. Oh, I'm going to be angry at the officials after this match. This is racing towards... I'm staying balanced. I'm not going attacking now. Half of our back line is absolutely knackered. Koke... He's done it. He's done it. I think he's done it. Koke, Atletico Madrid, born and bred. Oh, his homegrown club. And he's put us 1-0 up in extra time. Koke has smashed that past him. I still don't want to make that last chance. If I'm completely honest. I don't know what tactical changes I've made, but I'm going to say yes. 1 minute of extra time. Sod it, I'm making this change just because I know he can do it. Sort of. That weirdly actually kind of works for people. 30 seconds left. Why are you doing this to me? Tactical changes after the goal. What goal? Why are there 3 extra minutes of extra time? There's no celebration thingy, but we have just won the Champions League. We had to play 3 extra minutes with Morata and no actual proper right back there, but we got away with it. I wasn't expecting that. Oh, Ter Stegen had gone 2-3 matches without conceding. We did it. It's not set in. They predicted the game would go to penalties. So did I. That's why I still brought Morata on just in case. But we've got away with it. You're nervous. Jesus, so am I. Passionately say, congratulations, lads. Yes, enjoy your success. And I can officially leave this save as a winner of something. We can celebrate a double, of course, Copa del Rey and the Champions League. And all this with reduced payout things. I'm not sure we should technically have to pay for Diego Costa winning the Champions League, considering he wasn't in my team, he was in the opposing team. That seems a little unfair. But 17 million. I'm glad you're pleased. Oh man. Team leader. Another 10 million for the Champions League revenue. Another 30 million for Champions League stuff. And then the 7 million gets divvied out. Biggest overachievers naturally Salzburg and underachievers. I can see that being a thing. That's absolutely bang on. 7 goals for Lamar. 8 assists for Kieran Trippier in that. Yes, I've not had to do a press conference yet. Where is it? It's down here. Oh, it's a nice feeling to win a competition. Yes, it is. It was actually no less than we deserved. Very odd decisions. I did everything passionately there. Yes, I did say I was going to show you this. And despite getting a record haul for Atletico Madrid, 96 points. Previous record for them is 90. Real Madrid got 102, so nothing we could do about that. In the end, 2 of those losses, of course, coming to Real Madrid, and that ultimately is what sealed our fate, because even if we had got those extra 6 points, head-to-head matters more than goal difference. I've said it 3 times already, but that's stupid. Would have made a difference. We would have still been behind them, even with an extra 6 points, even with our superior goal difference, which was actually the best goal difference as well in the league in the end. Did end up a full 4 points ahead of Barcelona, just because they did draw that last match of the season with Athletic Club, who, well, saw off Sevilla and Villarreal for Europa League football quite convincingly in the end. But yeah, lack of draws, the bad situation for Sevilla in the end, I think there. More than anything, 12 losses is not that good. Now, I don't actually have a big stats page set up already, so I'll just pop it on the goal attempts one, because that's the one that really sort of shows how players played over the course of the year, our attacking players. And what is, of course, massively impressive, I need to instruct the goals per minute. As soon as you put this into goals per minute, it does actually put Erling Haaland on top with a goal per game, essentially, in the end there, which is incredibly impressive considering the first goal he scored was January. So it shows you how impossible to play against he was in that second half of that season, which is incredible from him in the end. Lamar, a goal every 2 games. In the Kluivert, actually, sneaking up there. 6 goals for him in 40 shots. Doku as well. Two of the young lads come through. Actually got more goals per game than both Felix and Correa. all things taken into account. It is obviously worth the mile. Actually, he did have a few injuries, which actually makes those 21 goals that much more impressive than Correa's 16 in this situation. So, 16 goals for Felix and Correa, both amazing stats for attacking midfielders. But it is a goal every 3 games for them, opposed to, say, a goal just slightly more, and a goal every 2 for Lamar in that situation as well. So the young player is actually impressing when they did play in the end there. So how did Maria do over there? And he actually has developed okay at, where did he actually go? Getafe. Didn't score a single goal, but did make all 18 appearances. So, well, did better for us than he did for them, annoyingly. But we did technically have Ericsson coming in the summer. Not that it matters. I'm not doing a second season now. So, yeah, this comes the brutal part of this. I'm going to be absolutely brutally honest. This beta has not been fun for me. This as much as I've enjoyed the save, particularly the end here, winning things, there's just been far too many games. And I don't know if it's a case of engine or me or my tactics or whatever, but there's been far too many games this season where we have absolutely dominated and we've not had the results to show for it. I do feel there is bare minimum something slightly wrong with the engine that does need to be fixed, because it happens far too often. This Sevilla game, for instance, they had 2 shots on target, scored them both. This Granada one, they had 1 shot on target, they scored it. I mean, of course, the biggest one was this Lille match, wasn't it? Warning on the brightness, 3 shots on target, 1-0, 30 shots, couldn't even score. Mallorca, again, same situation here. 1 shot on target, they scored it. We had 25 shots, 8 on target, managed to convert 1. It's time and time again. I think this was actually kind of competitive, actually, the Celta Vigo one. Like, when it comes to losses, for the most part, they have been fairly competitive from what I remember. The Salzburg game, I think, was competitive. Sevilla game, Real Madrid, obviously. Only the Lille loss was the only one that wasn't actually proper competitive. Valladolid, it wasn't the best performance for us, but they didn't have a single shot on target. And we did have some, at the very least, so we should have probably won that. Again, this Real Madrid match, I don't think we were in that too much. But some of these narrow ones, like this one, actually competitive, that one. The Mallorca one, we just had issues with them. This Valencia one, we kind of dominated as well, but there's just far too many occasions where we've just had tons and tons and tons and tons. We have some players sent off in that one. Oh God, that's Bryce as well. There's just something slightly wrong. I think it's definitely something wrong with those narrow angle shots. Behrman, and you've seen them time and time again. There's something definitely wrong with the amount of penalties being awarded. There's an insane amount of penalties going around. Typically, it's about, typically you get no more than 10, possibly, something around that maximum. 1 every few games, bare minimum. I mean, with very good attacking teams, obviously you're going to invite slightly more penalties for your side, just because you're getting in their box more often. So you're going to invite those tackles more. But it's both sides. You're conceding and getting penalties far too much in general. And most importantly, players converting penalties far too low. The conversion rate for penalties is far too low. And I say that on both sides. Number of penalties being saved or missed is far too high, I feel like, so far. And it's just not fun in general. We actually, this loss was actually a fair loss as well. But, I mean, towards the end of the season, sort of got it right in a way. These ones were kind of more dominating wins, and the scoreline did reflect them. But before that, I have to say, it has... And also, I think doing like an upload a day has slightly burnt me out that little bit more than it was doing, obviously, in the more sparsely uploaded Bradford save did earlier in the year. So I think the bare minimum, there is going to be a little bit of gap between the end of this and the actual start of the proper save. But most importantly, that proper save will be on a different channel. This channel is returning to its roots. Pokemon is out tomorrow as this is uploaded, and I will be returning to doing that kind of content on this channel, because that's where all the videos were beforehand. That's where most of my subscriber base still probably is. So Football Manager is going to move over to a separate channel. I will do a video before the York save starts. There will be, just in case you've missed that announcement at the beginning, I did mention it. The full proper save will be with York. I've done the intro for it. Don't worry, I'm not going to not do the save at all. I do feel like maybe there will be a couple of little patches early in the cycle for this Football Manager, because I feel like there's a lot of people saying the similar things right now. And I think they probably are going to be looking into that. Maybe we'll get this save started after a couple of patches that fix maybe a few little things. But even if not, starting a little bit later means less of the save will hopefully be affected by these problems that we're seeing at the moment. I mean, when you look at the end of this, there's a lot of big wins, and it kind of makes my criticisms seem slightly off. But yeah, I have to say, I've not enjoyed this as much as I thought I would. I enjoyed it at the very beginning, I've enjoyed it at the very end, but the middle part of that was super frustrating. Just this happening time and time again. But yeah, so there's going to be about a couple of weeks gap probably between now and the start of the York save, and that will be on a different channel. I will put a video up on this channel telling you where to go, probably in about a week's time, something like that, after we've sort of got through the starting of the Pokemon game. But yes, thank you for joining me on this Athletico Madrid save. I'm not going to do a second season, at the very least on here. I might just casually do a second season on this on Twitch or something like that going forward. Keep an eye on my Twitch, that link's in the description down below. The starting of that on Twitch as well will be probably a couple of weeks' time as well, bare minimum. Probably around the same time the York thing starts as well. I will be splitting my time on Twitch between Football Manager and Pokemon, so don't worry, both of those will still feature, and I'm starting to lose my voice from that final. So until next time, ta-ra.